great. I really like that. Did you get to see the Harley and Joker thing that I shared at
Yeah,
the Bad Movie Group?
that's great. Preach it, King.
Like, tell us how you really feel, man. Just, I love that group. It is a never-ending wellspring of content. Okay, let's get online play going. Create room. There. My. So we're live again, and this time my. Uh,
Some you're flatlining.
yeah, this time we're good. We're okay. It's the opposite of flatlining. It's very um, it's not flatlining. In fact, it's very it's consistent, which is what it needs to be. Instead of up down BS.
Up,
So
down, down, left, right. BS start.
exactly that. Holy crap! Exactly that. Hopefully folks stuck around and
Luigi.
press A to start the game. There we go.
Speaking of Luigi,
Speaking of Luigi,
so there's this guy that I've been watching a lot on YouTube, Thomas Game Docs, and I've sent you a couple of his videos in the past.
okay,
He had a really interesting one. See, he's got this whole series of videos about the history of the voice actors for characters
right.
in Nintendo games. So, like, he's done one about Peach and about Toad and
Oh,
about Bowser and about Link, and he recently did one about Luigi. And it was really interesting. The Luigi voice, as we know it today, largely came about because Charles Martinet was doing a live Mario gig
okay.
where he was basically, this is like around the time of Mario 64 and promotions for that, and he was doing a thing where he was like hooked up to this like VR headset thing basically that would then take what he was doing with his face and put it out onto like basically the same 3D Mario head that you would see at the beginning of Mario 64. And the when the kids would
Okay.
come by and they would see this Mario face and start talking to him, because that was the whole thing, right? Is he could then, like, you know, they would have cameras set up so that when the kids would come by and then they could talk to him and then he could actually respond as Mario. So that was like the whole thing.
Oh, I follow. Okay.
It's like this live Mario performance thing using technology. And there were kids that would come by and ask to see Luigi, and he couldn't, you know, they didn't have a 3D model for Luigi's face, so he couldn't
Yeah.
really do it. So he make up just ad lib excuse basically, like he would call out as Mario, like, "Hey Mario," or "Hey Luigi, the kids want to see you," and then he would come up with a response from, you know, quote unquote from Luigi, like talking as if from the background. But because he couldn't move his mouth when he was saying that, he had to, or he couldn't move his mouth very much at all when he would say that, because otherwise it would show up, you know, the Mario, like, digitized face would talk.
Right.
And so that's why Luigi sounds how he does, because he's basically doing a Mario voice that he can do with his jaw clenched. So that,
Oh my god.
yeah. It was one of the most interesting, like, you know, stories like that I think I've heard. It was
Seriously,
kind of
yeah.
blew my mind a little bit.
Wow. You're just sitting there like trying to go all like pseudo ventriloquist.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. He was required by the limitations of technology to be a ventriloquist, and that's why Luigi sounds how he does.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I would highly recommend the video and also the channel. The guy does good work, entertaining, good speaking voice. his piano, so he'll put his own covers or arrangements of Nintendo songs in the background. It's beautiful.
Okay. I could use more of that in my life. There's a there's a wrestling review podcast that they do video essays, or not essays, they do video they do video reviews of wrestling pay-per-views over the years. And they celebrated their 100th episode this past week. And the one that they picked was this pay-per-view called Heroes of Wrestling that took place at a casino in October 1989, like right when WCW and WWF were like super red hot, and like everybody was everybody was all into wrestling. And the people on this show were everybody who were all the wrestlers who were not currently under contract with either company. So like just random people like Jake the Snake Roberts and Yokozuna and like a bunch of like C-level wrestlers. And it's just this absolute mess. Every match on the card is advertised as a grudge match.
Oh god.
to the point where they like run out of ways to describe the grudge matches. So the first and last ones are known as a special grudge matches.
Oh.
Like, this is a special grudge match, and this is a Beauty and the Beast grudge match, and this one is a 10 years feud grudge match, and finally, this one is a special grudge match.
Wow. So, I know what you meant, but I had a little internal chuckle to myself when you said C-level wrestlers, like as opposed to like the high altitude.
Of course.
The wrestlers that you have to let cook a little bit longer when you're making Hamburger Helper.
Indeed. They got to be on TV a little bit longer to get over.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh. Yeah, so one of the most famous things that came out of that was Jake the Snake Roberts does this promo, and he is completely drunk. Like, he is like insanely sloshed. And he's trying to explain to the interviewer that his opponent stands no chance because he's a cheater. And so the way he tries using a casino analogy. But since he's extremely drunk, he's got goldfish brain. And so
sure,
he describes it as, I'm going to always win because I cheat. You want to play 21? I got 22. You want to play blackjack? I got 2 of those too. Like, what the hell? He's got 2 blackjacks.
Blackjack table, like, instead of like hit me or something, it's just, I'll have 2, please.
Oh god, it's incredible.
Oh my God.
The good news to come out of that, because Jake the Snake Roberts dealt with alcoholism for a lot of his professional wrestling career. It took him a very long time, but he rehabilitated, and now he has a part-time gig with All Elite Wrestling, and they have a casino-themed pay-per-view. So he agreed to do this little skit, this little promotional skit where he's like dealing cards. And he says, "You want to play 21? I got 22." He's like totally cool with it. I love it when people like embrace the memes that make them famous, for better or worse.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Oops.
got him.
All right, very good. Do 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 do.
Oh god, that's not how you do that.
No. When you have, I didn't realize that when you have, when Rosalina has a fire power up, she loses her ability to do that little floaty bits.
She loses her ability to dance.
Yeah, she can't do it. Like I jumped and she just threw a fireball. I'm like, what is this shit?
All she did was create fire from thin air. I wanted a twirl, god damn it.
Twirl for me. It's what you do.
Your thing.
Whoops. There we go. I'll get it. I got it. I got it. See, I got it.
You got it. You're big.
I'm bigger. It worked out.
It all worked out okay. It all worked out anyway.
Well, hey, they have a new album coming out. It's I've been listening to their single from it. It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's good. I'll have to give it a listen. Listen-y do.
But yeah, that well part, I have given it exactly as much thought as you had about the emphasis on it.
Yeah, so Holly's gotten kind of fed up with Amazon Music because it was just giving her all kinds of trouble with like not basically just not working. Like it was it kept on like having to stop and like verify and all this weird stuff, and through a bunch of troubleshooting, and it still didn't work. So we just kind of said screw it and went over to Spotify subscription.
Oh, so that's why you were sharing that Spotify stuff with me.
Yeah, exactly. And so like,
okay.
thank you.
Of
But
course.
yeah, it was it some point from probably back in the convent days.
Mm-hmm.
There was I had Spotify on my giant old computer that I used as a nightstand.
Yeah.
And it synced it didn't have all the songs in each playlist, but just the playlists that I had set up in iTunes. And so then it's just all the stuff that I haven't really listened to a lot of since like around that same time.
Oh, well,
We both forgot to
forgot to change this Mario. That's all right.
Muffin, are you there?
Muffin?
Muffin.
Muffin.
Wake up. The other one we need, is it Ouija?
Nope, just Mario. So you can Henry's choice.
Luigi time.
Luigi.
And I know Cody is also not here, and not because he's sleeping, but I think he's streaming Bloodborne currently.
Yeah, I've not played Bloodborne before. I don't know. Maybe one time I will like take a few days off of work and give that the old college try. But I tried one time play through just the first Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
And I played it for 3 hours or so, and realized I was not gonna. I didn't have the time to get as good as you need to be for that, to have any semblance of success in that game. And so I just, it was one of the few times where I'm just like, nope, this game is just literally too hard for me. I'm just not gonna put the time into it.
That feels right.
Revisit that a little bit now. This was also like not pre-internet days, obviously, but like, you know, if you wanted to figure out how to do something that you couldn't do yourself, you had to basically go to like GameFAQs and figure it out, as opposed to having like YouTube videos about it and everything. I don't know, maybe there'll be like a good beginner's guide, you know, how to Dark Soul.
Yeah, there's got to be something, because yeah, those games from watching Cody, there's so much dying. The game is just merciless.
Like, you know, I'm no stranger to like dying a lot in games. I play roguelikes. That's what you do. You die a bunch of times, and then one run you get lucky, or sometimes get good.
Sure,
and,
sure.
And then eventually you win. But
It's like but then all the enemies, like you're whittling them down slowly, basically. Dodge, 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 hit. Dodge, 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 hit. Which I know, like Enter the Gungeon has a lot of that, a lot of dodging, but
I want to see Summoning Salt do an episode about that game.
about Enter the Gungeon?
The speed runs. No,
Oh.
sorry, Dark Souls.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that would be good.
Actually watched. I watched H Bomber guy had a video about is mostly actually just about speedrunning in general, but he talked about Dark Souls specifically in there, and the progression in that of the tech in that game looks pretty bonkers.
Speaking of speedrunning, I have been watching a lot of ZFG's stuff. Ever since I showed you that randomizer.
Yes. Which I'm like an hour into, but
Oh, hell yeah.
finished yet.
It's amazing how he just has like that muscle memory of knowing where every treasure chest is.
Right.
That he can make that, that he can just know where to go, and hopefully there's something kind in there instead of some shit like a blue rupee.
It's crazy, you're right. Like, you know, I thought I knew that game fairly well with as much as I played it growing up, but like, man, it's just, I know nothing, Jon Snow. Not compared to those guys.
Well, the other thing that got me was there's a category called Max Percent Child, where you try to get all the items that you can as Child Link, but that also includes items that you're not supposed to get. Like getting the fire, ice, and light arrows, getting the Megaton hammer, getting all the spiritual medallions. And so, like, he goes after Volvagia in the Fire Temple as Child Link and kicks his ass.
Wow.
And I'm just like,
The game doesn't just like straight up break.
no.
Bonkers.
I guess part of the secret is that
well.
Volvagia has two hitboxes. There's one on his head, and then there's one on his body from when you like can hit him with
Belly,
arrows.
right?
Yeah. But there's a specific fire pit you can just drop bombs into and it'll hurt him.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's just what he does.
It's so crazy. Like all this stuff, like all these years later, like it's like even we're talking about that the other day too, with Breath of the Wild, which I mean, it's a newer game, so I guess it makes more sense. But Charlie is playing through that for the very first time. And so we had a bunch of people over. Well, he had a bunch of people over, and I stopped out with the kids for a little bit. And just everybody picks up on different things. Like, the
Yes.
part in Hateno Village where you have to take the blue flame to the furnace.
Yep.
Luigi time.
So John had no idea that your torch that you used for that would never burn out as long as you kept on lighting the like torch things.
Oh, well,
So like
yeah.
he's telling me that like when he did it, he kept on like putting it away, mapping out where the next one was, lighting the torch and rushing over to it because he thought that his torch was gonna like go out.
Oh Jesus!
He'd have to start over.
Oh,
Or like I had no idea that in like those tar pit kind of areas that you can use the ice to make ice blocks to jump over stuff in them.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea that that was a thing until Charlie figured it out.
Yep, that's that entire dang games. You just have no idea. I know exactly what you mean, man.
And then yeah, I mean to your point with Ocarina of Time, like there'll still be stuff that comes out every now and then that we had no idea about. Like there's something with like Bongo Bongo or something that I showed you a video about sometime that I hadn't. I don't think either of us had seen before.
I know that when you fight, I learned through ZFG that when you fight Ganon in that first fight where he's throwing the energy beams at you, that you can deflect it with a bottle instead of just using the sword.
That's crazy.
That's this insanely epic fight. He's all going all throwing this beam of energy at you and just like, this used to have bugs in it. Bonk. And it hits him.
Alright, I gotta step away for a quick second. I'll be back in a few moments.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, oh, what can I do here to effectively vamp? Folks, we're vamping. This is World 6-3. Alright, hands on Hall. There we go. So, in Year of Gaming related news, folks, I have mapped out the next batch of games that I want to do once Mass Effect 2 is done. Of course, Mass Effect 2 is going to take a while, so I'm going to try to find time to stream more to get through that. I'm contemplating kind of doing some stuff off stream, like scanning planets and whatnot, you know, because there's that stuff's not terribly exciting, but you know, all the big missions that we go on are pretty big. The big missions are big, who knew? But yeah, I got a bunch of games set up for what we're going to be doing in the in the weeks to come. So currently, for what I'm doing, we're on game number 33, which is Mass Effect 2 Remastered, and then I tried that Tunic demo. We're going to count that. That's game 34. That's an interesting little thing. If that comes back, we'll come back to it. Then 35, I picked up Mario Golf Super Rush on Friday, and that has a single-player called it's like the Me Adventure mode. So we're going to get some golf in. It'll be like the first sports game that I've done for this project. Ever. I don't think I did a sports one in the first time I did this back in 2014. But then after that, after we get done with that golf, then we'll hop back into Mass Effect 3 and we'll finish that trilogy. And then once we recuperate from that, then I want to do Season 2 of The Walking Dead. Following that, we're going to do Super Mario RPG for the SNES Classic. And then we'll come back to a first-person shooter. We'll finally do Halo 2. And that'll be from the Master Chief Collection for the Xbox Series X. Then after that, we're going to get into Mario. We're going to go to the 64 era. We're going to do Super Mario 64. Probably just do 70 stars, maybe a little bit more than that. Should try to visit every world and go from there. Then we're going to finally get to a game that I had been waiting patiently for over a year throughout all of the pandemic. Coffee Talk, which is basically an alternate reality Seattle, and you make lattes for people and monsters, and you hear them talk about their relationship woes. Then after that, we're going to do BioShock for the PC. That got a nice remaster, and BioShock is like one of the first-person shooters that I think everybody should play. And then for the next 5 games after that, I'm going to go we're going to call it the Shantae block. I have all 5 games that were ever made for Shantae, and I have them on the Switch, and I'm looking forward to playing all 5 of them. Then following that, we're going to do Donkey Kong Jungle Beat for the GameCube. I have Donkey Konga bongo controllers, and I've been really itching to play them. So we're going to do that. Then Season 3 of The Walking Dead will be game 49, and then, as is tradition, just like last time I did this project, game number 50 is going to be Chrono Trigger on the SNES Classic. And we'll see how that pans out.
Played using the bongo drums, actually.
You know, I have actually, you know, for a second I was going to be like, actually, I could plug that in. I have a very unusual SNES to GameCube adapter. So I could, you know, I have connected SNES controllers to the GameCube and to the Wii. But I was just thinking, well, I don't have the opposite. I don't have I can't use the bongo controller to play Chrono Trigger. I feel like that needs to be a speedrun.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So
could you just imagine, like, you know, like doing, you know how they do like blindfolded menuing challenges and stuff?
Yes.
At the speedruns, you know, doing that as a bongo solo would be pretty baller.
So yeah, while you were away, I was just describing how I have a path for the games that I'm playing up to game 50. It's like I'm on number 33 right now with Mass Effect 2, and then just laid out the framework for what's coming next. So
Perfect.
new stuff, old stuff, just and then trying to get through Mass Effect, which is a lot of, I mean, these games are long, but God, are they good. So
yeah, I had to step out for a moment. Holly's still caught up in a Derby League meeting, and Nora had to get tucked in. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, where's my thing? Where's my thing? Hello? There it is. Alright, I'm glad she's all tucked away and getting her snooze on.
Hello made me think, so is one of your games going to be Five Nights at Freddy's?
Oh God. It was the last time.
Oh, did you?
I made it to night 4, and Fredbear himself jump scared me, and I was like, that's it, I quit! I could not handle it. But I have been thinking about doing like a series of horror games in October.
The Evil Within Us games, I believe, are on Game Pass now.
Ooh.
They're fun ones.
I have Return of the Obra Dinn. It's a first-person horror, but it's done in the style of Game Boy pixels. So it's like... I'm sorry, I cut you off there.
I just agreed. I just said yes, because in acknowledgement of my understanding of the art style.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's like blacks, grays, and greens, and it's like a bunch of people died on a ship, and you got to figure out what happened.
Returned to the Obra Dinn. Twist.
Return in the Obra Dinn. It's actually the assorted tale about returning a receipt. Obra Dinn is just a retail shop. Sir, we can only give you in-store credit for this. No!
Perfect.
I'll fucking kill you!
have a Second Amendment right to get the refund on this purchase.
I am a sovereign citizen. That means things. I can do thing you don't want me to do.
Henry the entity is here, but not Henry the person, and your king doesn't say anything about entities, so give me a refund.
There we go. Nice. Nicely done.
Perfect. OAD.
Alright, so we need Rosalina.
Rosalina.
I'm ready.
I'll be Luigi.
Time. Let's go.
Luigi Sina.
So before the Luigi scene, I ship it. I got some time in with Mario Golf Super Rush before the stream started, and I just played the standard golf.
That's all I've played so far as well, yeah.
Oh, you picked it up too?
Did, yep.
Excellent.
Nora and I played a little bit of it today.
Did you just get a digital, or did you get a physical copy?
Yeah. Digital.
Oh, okay. I'm...
So you value your physical copies, I just value not having to get up and change the game.
Oh, no, I hear ya. It's just, if you had bought the physical edition, because I got mine from Target, and Best Buy just did a price drop by like $10 for the game already.
Really?
Yeah, so
First party Nintendo game, that's kind of bonkers.
Right? So if it's still active tomorrow, I'm gonna take my receipt to Target and get them to refund me that $10. Because I already spent that $10. I went to Best Buy had Borderlands 3 plus the Steelbook on sale for $10.
Okay.
So it's just that I was planning on playing it anyway. So
Sure.
because I know like you,
Just
I
the
know.
Steelbook.
So the Steelbook is it's an alternate case for these games. And it's just like I'm not sure if it's actually steel or maybe it's aluminum, but it's got this nice like painted on art. So it's just
Oh, okay.
I got it mainly because it was $10. The
Sure.
Steelbook is just icing on the cake.
Very nice.
So yeah, so I already spent it. So I gotta-
Someday we'll... Yeah.
Yeah.
Someday we'll go back and finish that.
Yes, I was just
Completionist in me.
the
yeah.
completionist in you wants to get through this.
Yeah.
I hear you. I was talking with my friend Aaron the other day about how Borderlands keeps not working for us, and her only suggestion after telling her everything we did, including me buying a new console, was that my save might be corrupted, and that there might be something goofy in there. So she recommended I start up a new save file and give that a whirl.
Interesting.
Which I could certainly do. I don't mind breezing through as Necromancer for those first 19 levels, but all those nice guns
Yeah.
you got me.
I can get more. I got so many keys. Keys for days.
Keys for days. Well, you know me and these auto-scrolling levels. I just can't get enough of them. I just gotta go fast. Just gotta go for it.
Yeah. Exactly. Go for it.
That shirt is so beautiful. I can't wait for you to see it in person.
Yeah, it's only a couple days away.
Yep.
So what time will you be available?
I took the entire day
Let's
off.
just discuss our plans on public. Oh, you did? That's awesome because I also have the whole day off.
Oh,
So,
Holly told me that you had
Give
that
it-
you only took a half day.
well, so originally I was gonna only take a half day, and then I realized just today actually that I already have a half day because they do early release days on like the pre-holidays.
Bye.
Oh, okay.
And so then I decided, well, and I guess at this point I might as well just take a full day. So
All right.
I did the full day off. So I'll
Excellent.
just start heading on down when I get packed and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, come on down whenever. I'll be awake.
Awesome. I'm excited for some bugging and some fabling.
Buggin', Fabling, and I'm gonna send you home with 6 graphic novels and probably some bags of patio chips.
Maybe.
Depends if any of them survive, right?
Yes.
How high can we spike my blood pressure?
Right. Coma or bust.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking with my mother about that this weekend, and she was like, she told me not to like freak out if, you know, these 2 meds I'm on aren't enough, because like she's on 3, and it took them like it took a year of taking meds to figure out the combination that worked right for her.
Sure.
So, if you know if all this exercising I'm doing and eating right isn't helping in the right capacity, and the medicine isn't doing it, just don't be like, oh god, I'm gonna die. It's just some people are on a lot of medications to bring that down. So
Yeah, and I'm sure that as you continue with the dieting and exercising, that's gonna definitely like, A, make a difference, but then B, you know, require tuning and adjusting
yeah,
over the course of time. So,
exactly.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's go.
glad we get to do this one again.
Right. Did you see the back to the subject of Mario Golf real quick? Did you see the meme of King Babam with his eyes looking at Daisy's backside while she's getting ready to take her shot?
I have not, but you must send this to me in the group chat because it sounds fantastic. The
Yeah.
fact that King Babam is even a playable character,
Right.
what a fantastic call.
Mm-hmm.
For whoever thought of that for the character, Roster needs a raise. You know, King Babam for Smash at this point.
You know what? Yeah. If they're not
I'll
going to
take
give
him
us
over another like Street Fighter or Fire Emblem person.
yeah, when they announced the
Yes,
Tekken guy, I was like, okay, all right,
Yeah,
sure.
same. And a
not
very
a-
meh.
It's not a sword anime person, so I did.
It's like there's just so many other characters that are like more requested and also cooler. Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes, many other choices they could have gone with.
Off Gino. Cough.
Yes, Gino. When they announced that Shantae was in it, but as a Mii fighter costume, I was like, oh, that's how it's gonna be.
Done, gone, and did it.
Because Shantae, like, despite that, like, her popularity is kind of low, her moveset in her games is a perfect fit for Smash. Like, she has a long ponytail, and she whips her enemies with it. And she's also a half genie, and she transforms into different animals. Like, an elephant, a monkey, a bat, a mermaid. And so just
What a
putting that...
perfect, almost pre-made moveset.
Yeah, it was just putting all that together. You're like, this is a hell of a dynamic for Smash. Although I think honestly, like, even though I'm not a big fan of, you know, Minecraft Steve being in there, the mechanics that they introduced to make him work is really impressive.
Yeah, and like, I feel like Minecraft Steve being in there is like, he's exactly the type of like emblematic video game character that you put into that sort of game.
True.
As opposed to, you know, Marth clone number 6.
Which, I think that would be. I think his name is Crom Henry.
Kromk.
Kromk. Yeah, so I did buy the. I finally plunked down the season 2 fighter pass or whatever this weekend, mainly because I was going to. Well, I mentioned that I went to my great uncle Harry's for his 81st birthday, and I was expecting a lot of his grandkids to be there, and they have a GameCube in the upstairs of his cabin with Smash Brothers Melee. So I was like, hey, I'll bring my Switch. I have the GameCube adapter for the controllers, so we can all get in on this. And I have more controllers, like all the grandkids can play Smash. And none of them showed up, save for like 2.
Oh no.
Save for like 2, and then one of them left right away, and the other one didn't. We couldn't commandeer the TV in the cabin because they were too busy watching Molly B's Polka Jamboree.
Jeez.
So I'm like, well, all right, well, I got all these Smash Fighters. So, oh, we didn't do the thing.
Oh,
we
right.
We need
Whoopsie
Mario.
doodle. Got I was really hoping that the ending to that story would have been something like you and Uncle Harry played.
Oh,
and
right.
He totally whooped.
Okie dokie. Luigi time. Bite time.
Be like, get out of here! Here's Donkey Kong on Main.
Exactly.
I mean, you don't set the CPUs to 9, you casual?
Perfect.
But you know, he's doing pretty well, all things considered, because he was last year was not good for him health wise, but he's doing much better now. So. He's 81 and he wants to go in the woods and cut wood and act like he's 40 years younger than he actually is. So that's how we know he's feeling better.
Perfect.
So. Oh, question for you, good sir. Question for you.
Yes.
How do you feel about lime as a flavor for things like key lime? Like, do you like that at all?
Friggin' love it. Lime is bae.
All right, good to know.
The kids are wont to say.
Good to know.
Why dost thou ask?
I have a so for Uncle Harry's party, I made key lime pie dip,
Oh, that sounds amazing.
and you eat it with animal crackers.
Oh my god. Chris, I'm gonna die over there.
You had a good
It's gonna
run.
be great.
Well, it consists of like sweetened condensed milk and like a lot of lime juice, lime zest, and then the kicker is that okay, so I didn't know this, But the recipe called for buying heavy whipping cream. And so I bought it, and I poured it into the bowl, and I'm like, this is just really thick milk, like thick cream. And the recipe says, whip this until you get like swirly, like a thick swirly consistency. And I'm like, okay, I don't know why I would do that, but okay. And so as I'm sitting there with the hand mixer for like 5 minutes on this thing, it turns into whipped cream. And like,
Okay.
and I had no idea that that's what that was. And I also feel kind of
sure,
silly for it.
okay.
Like, heavy whipping cream is can be whipped cream? Like, what am I even...
Soylent Green is people?
Right? Like, what am I even doing with my life?
Soylent Cream is people.
Whoa.
But anyway, yeah, so I made it, and I bought this, like, gigantic container of animal crackers, and it was a huge hit. And I have some in the fridge, but it's not going to make it by the time you get there, so I'll make a fresh batch for you.
Fantastic. Wonder how that would be. Do you remember when I was over there last year for that week, and you had gotten like those lime shortbread cookies or whatever those were?
Those would have been from Trader Joe's, I think.
I wonder if that's just too much lime flavory stuff, or if that is, or if it would be, you know, a miracle on.
You want to dip the key lime pie with shortbread lime cookies. I follow you.
Luigi time.
Yeah, you know, just limeception. What could go wrong?
I'll go looking for them. I'll see if I can
I mean, if
find
you
where I got
can,
those
I am
from.
gonna look at a gift dip in the mouth.
Well, sure, yeah. It's still that dip is pretty incredible on its own.
I know that you meant on its own with animal crackers, but I may just eat it with a spoon too.
Oh.
so we'll see.
Oh, I tried that last night, and I can confirm it is very good on its own, on its absolute own.
Perfect. Yeah, lime though. Lime is good stuff. I'm always a big lime fan. Green Skittles when those were lime instead of apple or whatever. And
Oh yeah.
hint of lime chips.
Oh, right. I'm asking the guy who, like, I've eaten countless bags of Hint of Lime chips with. Do you like lime? Although I suppose that's salty and lime. Like sweet
Yeah,
and lime
that's
is different
fair.
enough.
That's very true. Holly doesn't like lime candies, but she loves the hint of lime chips.
Oh, okay.
Where if they just made like a solid brick of the hint of lime seasoning, I would just buy that and ruin my tongue. My blood pressure. It would be worth it.
Just reminded of the Futurama episode where Bender the robot becomes a real person, and he immediately like gorges himself on every food imaginable,
Okay.
and he becomes like extremely like just like comically obese, and he dies. And they're checking. They're like doing like a pseudo autopsy on him, and they're like, cholesterol 40? And one of the characters is like, oh, that's not so bad. He's like, no, 40 pounds.
Oh jeez.
It's like, what?
50 pounds of cholesterol. That's
Right?
wow.
But they had some fun with it. Like as soon as he became a human, he's like, all right, let's see what this thing can do. And he belches, and he's like, that's pretty neat. Well, let's try this. And he throws up. He's like, wow, that's really cool. So he starts like throwing up all over the place. There's something so charming about a Like, what else can this body do? Awesome. One of those rare times I can find that humor actually funny.
Yeah. One of my favorite, I guess, callbacks, references, whatever, is there's the It's Enchanted show that
Yeah.
Matt Groening does, and John DiMaggio voices the king. At one point they're going into battle, and he goes, "Fight my shiny metal axe."
Nice.
The perfect little nod for Johnny D.
I think like I really came around to that King character when he went insane in the coffin.
Is that
being-
from the newest season?
Yes.
I've not seen that actually. Holly went and
Oh.
watched that one without me, and now I'm behind.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well, yeah. When you get around to it, he just starts making noises randomly, and it's really funny. I won't spoil too much of it then.
Sounds good. I will. I should turn it on while I'm working. I'm sure that would be legit.
ready. Let's go.
Oh, also, so in completely random good news, I was able to sell my old iPhone today.
Perfect.
I got about what I was. I got about $50 under my asking price, which is as low as I was willing to go. So it worked out.
Very good.
And then I had a dandy of a time at work trying to figure, because I have to have Outlook and Microsoft Teams installed on my phone, and we have some like authenticating programs that make sure that it's actually us installing these things.
Use Okta.
Yeah, so we use a program called actually it's Microsoft's program called Company Portal,
Okay.
and it locks the device, so it's like, no, you can't like jailbreak your phone and get work email, other restrictions like that. And
Sure.
so anyway, I get this all set up. I'm following the instructions like I have a million times before, and I can't get come on, there we go. And I can't get Outlook to configure itself. And I'm completely stumped. I'm sending tickets to Microsoft. I'm sending tickets to our like system admin team. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And long story short, as in like 2 to 3 hours of digging today, we found out that I had set up my account on like 20 devices. And Microsoft was like, yeah, we kind of have a limit. You can't have 20 devices.
Well, seems reasonable, I guess.
I guess. So you can, that's like the limit that's in place. You can certainly like raise it or lower it as you need. But the only part that kind of stunk about it is that it didn't tell us that was the problem. It'd just be like, oh, sorry, bro, you can't have email on here. Don't know what happened. Could be anything.
Bad.
Maybe a boat got in the way. Yeah. Then like,
One of those tricksy, problematic boats
right?
you deal with all the time in IT.
And then like finally like digging around online and then working with a system admin, and it's like, oh, so that's the problem. And I texted him, I'm like, golly, if there was only a way we could have known, that Microsoft could have like told us what the problem was. Well, I'm gonna die.
I'm just gonna float here, alive. Yes. Levitation is supreme.
Exquisite. Yes.
Dale.
An oversexed aristocrat. Yes, I suppose I don't want to be late for this evening's key party.
Yes, very good, Weatherby.
Or it's Weatherby.
Now, please bring me my gout medication.
There we go.
Get it. Oh, how will I twirl without my raccoon tail?
Guess he'll die. You know, they could have... Woo! Woo! Oh, dear. Oh, you got
I
it.
don't know how I made it through that. Sure looked like I was dead a few times.
I was like, am I going to make it?
Beyblade.
Do you ever remember
Beyblade ama-
Did I ever tell you this story? Maybe you heard this of the angry mom selling Beyblades on eBay story.
I believe I've heard it somewhere.
Okay. As a quick refresher, she sells her kids Beyblades on eBay because they played with them in the bathtub and they scratched the hell out of it. And she got really mad, and like the kids were like really upset and crying. And she's like, "Too bad."
Yes, I do recall that now that you mention.
My children ruined my bathtub, so I'm selling them here. You can get a good deal. It was like really cheap too. She wanted them gone.
Just threw you up into a bubble.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Crush me, Pillar Daddy.
Lady Pillar Trescu. Watched anybody play through Resident Evil Village?
I have not. The only things I've
Should if you
seen.
get a chance.
I should. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, it's such a fun game. Like, yeah. Without I can't really say a lot without spoiling things, but like, Capcom really went balls to the wall with like everything, and it's great.
Okay. Yeah, I think like the only things I've seen were the PC mod where your knife gets replaced with a fly swatter,
Okay.
and they spend the entire time slapping Lady Dimitrescu's ass with a fly swatter.
Of course.
You uncouth vagrant!
Oh man.
So I've seen that, and the only other thing I've seen is the weird baby that eats you if it catches
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Baby's freaky as hell. Yeah, it's definitely not a game that I will ever play through. I just don't. You know, we've talked before. I just, for the most, like I've played through Resident Evil 4. That's the only one I've ever completed. I get too stressed out during those games. There's just too much like ammo management and I don't
Right.
know, and like Yeah, like I'm just not good at them, and they stress me out. So, but I love watching people who are good at those games play them, like Markiplier or John Wolfe.
Yes.
So yeah, I mostly watched John Wolfe play through the game, and it was a lot of fun.
There you go. Did you a solid there.
There's actually in that game a
In the game, there's actually what?
sorry, there's a reference to the Resident Evil 4 merchant. The merchant that's actually in the game, like this insanely large man, and he at random points will go, "What are you buying?" Haha, never mind. Just something a friend of mine used to say.
Oh, that's great.
I'm ready.
Luigi time.
Luigi and Rosalina go on a mystery house throwdown date.
Ouijalina.
Luigi'lina.
Like, I got it. Wait, no, I don't. Oh my god. There we go.
Oopie.
Keep going, keep going. Nice.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh man.
Wah. That's Rosalina.
Did you see Waluigi's outfit in Mario Golf Rush?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
His and Wario's both are just. Mwah.
Yes. Absolutely amazing. All right, so after after this stage, I unfortunately got to call it a little early. I have to go to work tonight.
Oh, that's actually a-okay. I'd been considering saying that I need to go at 9:30 just because I want to start winding down a little earlier in the night for tonight. So that kind of
okay.
works out real.
All right, perfect.
I was like, no, it's been a while, and I don't know if I'll be on next week and stuff and things, but that
Yeah,
works out perfectly.
I gotta go to a clinic and get some stuff installed. I'm gonna try to see if I can get to a second clinic, but it's in a 24-hour gym. But I'm not sure if they're gonna actually like let me go over to the to that clinic because the door is on the. It's like it's inside, but it's on the side, away from check-in. I can like walk in with a computer and be like, "Hey, man, I work for these people, and I'm here to just install a computer after hours." Hopefully, they won't care. but it's kind of nice to get it's kind of nice to get that stuff done after hours because, you know, the like working in healthcare, you still have to wear a mask.
Sure.
When in areas dealing with patient care, but if
Yeah.
nobody else is there, they don't care.
Patient care.
Oh, man. Yay.
Oh, this guy. Okay, Boomer. He's like, put your phone down! Enjoy being in a restaurant!
Work anymore.
Oh, did you hear that the Qdoba in Stevens Point was closed for a bit because of that?
Oh.
There's in the Wisconsin subreddit, they had the top post for a while was a note that said, because the management's not paying us enough, Qdoba is closed. Like, it was a note from the workers.
That is excellent.
Right? I was like, hell yeah.
Get it. Yeah, like it's one thing, you know, I guess not to get like too political, whatever, but like
Sure.
that I just cannot ever understand is like the whole argument of, well, then the food there is going to get more expensive, and it's like, yeah, it might, and that's okay.
Yes.
I just,
It's not even going to go up by
you know-
that much. Like,
yeah, even. But even if it did, like, let's just say that everything at, you know, say McDonald's went up 20%. You know, I'm paying, you know, $6 instead of $5 for my meal now. Or something ridiculous. Like,
mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
I don't get where the, you know, that extra little bit that you might have to pay for fast food is going to be, you know, why that's such a big deal to people.
See if I can
Definitely. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I'll see if I can pull it up while we're waiting for this level to finish. Let's see. Because someone said it better. Someone explained it really well. Of course, it's not the top post on the site anymore. Just when I wanted to look at it.
Yeah.
There we go. Stevens Point Qdoba closed due to upper management and a lack of reasonable wages. Alright. Okay.
Balls. I'm good.
Oh, that's okay.
Killed us. Sorry. On perspective. I'm gonna carry you.
Oh,
Go
thank
through
you.
this together.
There's a... Where is it? Yeah, someone put it really well, how this is like a cultural thing. No, no, no. No. I'm telling you, this is worth it.
I believe you.
Maybe I just gotta open up the open. It must have been a comment reply. Let's see. I should have screen capped it, honestly. Go to the corner to hide. He's like, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, come on. Still looking, still looking. Thank you for your patience.
Your call is very important to us.
Come on, come on. Huh. Okay, well, so I read through the entire comment thread. I think it got deleted. But basically, what we're seeing here is a very slow change. Or maybe I saw it in a different thread. But basically what we're seeing is a very slow shifting of the tide. Where workers are getting the call the shots against a culture that collects more than it creates. And we're making them come to terms with the fact that no, you don't get to save up enough profits to buy a third yacht and not pay us a living wage, is effectively the argument they're making. I'm sorry that I couldn't find it, but that's basically what the argument was.
Yeah, it's all good. It sounds definitely accurate to what's going down. So
Yeah, maybe it was if I find it, I'll screen cap it and send it to you. I'm sorry, I burned up a bunch of time on the stream to find that, but
oh, we just agreed we were good to go, or we were done here. So everything is
all right.
Everything is good.
Okay. Well, all right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for stopping by, saying hi, and watching. Thank you, Real Sergeant Muffin and Atronet, for hanging out with us tonight. And that's all I got. Henry, you want to play us off?
Nope.
Okay. Have a good night, everybody. Watch for deer, and I will see you next time.